Parent pages are a must for consistency in your design. By the end of this video, you'll understand the basics of parent pages and when to use them, know how to stack them using them within each other, get some layout ideas, and a few other technical things. So I'm Gabby, your Print Design Academy instructor, and let's get into it. So, parent pages. Now, they used to be called master pages, and I just always forget that. And here we are in a video where I have to name them correctly the entire time. Let's see how I do. Parent pages. So they are essentially templates in InDesign that you create and then can apply across multiple pages within your document design. Now they are crucial for projects like booklets or magazines where consistency is key, especially for elements like page number positioning. Now the beauty of parent pages are that they can keep elements locked down in your design, so ensuring that they stay in place while you work on your content. Now that I've said the words, let's show the things. In a new file in InDesign, you'll see the Pages tab has a section for parent pages. It's usually one of the default side tabs, but if not, head to Windows, Pages. So we have our parent page A, which you can see is applied to these pages down here. The default prefix of parent pages go through the alphabet, but I customize them to match the content of the page. This is how you're going to be able to see them quickly, so it's easier to see how they're being used. To create a new parent page, you can use the sidebar hamburger menu. You go ahead and choose New Parent from the dropdown, which will give you the most options right out the gate. So first we have prefix, which is what will show up in the preview over here. And as always, I recommend renaming them. If you've got a lot of different templates and a lot of different things going on, by customizing prefix and the title, you'll be more organized and have a faster workflow. So based on parent, I will get into that later. And lastly, you can choose how many pages. Now, my document is set to facing pages, which is pretty typical for book or magazine design. So 2 is the default. But when working with facing pages, your parent pages will also follow that flow and auto-apply left and right layouts. But if you want just a single page to slot in where you need it, that's where you would do it. So let's cancel this. So you can also use the plus button for quick creation. You'll want to make sure that you're actually clicked into the parent page area, because if not, you're just going to be creating new pages in your design. And now let's just start with this one parent for now. So you can right-click the page name, or just make sure that they're both selected when right-clicking so you can get that parent options for your page. And that will give you this panel where you can change the settings. I'm gonna call this footer and set the prefix to F so I know at a quick glance what it is. Finally, time to create the thing. Okay, so double-click into your parent page to get into that edit mode for these parent pages. So one of the things I mentioned as a common parent page use was page numbers. Keeping that consistent is always handy dandy and a good place to kind of see what you can do with some of these object markers. So first thing first, let's get ourselves a nice little text box. I'm gonna change the font and make it a bit bigger so you can see it better. Clicking into that text box first, I'm gonna go do some special things. We're gonna hit type. We're gonna go to special character. And then over here, we're gonna see markers. Now here we have current page number. Yes, please. But depending on your design, there's a few other options for you here, but we're gonna use current. Now the next awesome thing I use often, especially for the workbooks within our Print Design Mastery course, is section marker. So we're gonna head back up to the type menu, go insert special character, markers, and section marker. I love using section markers and find myself using them in creative ways, so definitely play around with them too. Now let's add a little styling to this, get a little fancy with an italic, write a line, and I'm gonna send it to the bottom. Next, we're using facing pages, and as I mentioned, it'll auto-apply the left and right. So we need to add our page numbers to the other side. So a little copy drag action to the left, and here we'll put that thing down, flip it and reverse it. So that's the footer. Let's check it out in action, double-clicking back into our main design project. So here's our page numbers looking nice and showing their actual number instead of the prefix now. And I am missing that section though, since I haven't set it yet. So to set the section name, you want to go to the first page of that section, right-click on that page and find numbering and section options. Our focus is section marker. So which is where we're going to put the name of the section. I'm going to call this introduction and hit enter. Wham bam, look at that. So it's now on all our pages, and as I add new pages to this design, it's keeping that flow going and setting our left and right based on facing pages. Now you have one section, so you're probably obsessed and want to create a brand new section within your design because all the sections. To make a new section, you're going to right-click the page where you want it to be, bring back our friend numbering and section options, and title that section marker. I'm going to call this parent pages and hit enter. So you'll notice my sections are indicated by these little baby down arrows above the pages, one at the very start, and now my new one. So that F footer parent page is working hard for us and updating the sections, keeping the page numbers all in line, looking sharp. Okay, time to level up and let's take a look at using parent pages for actual design layout templates. We're gonna create a new parent page. So with our focus on consistency, this is where we start nesting parent pages, using parent pages within each other. Now our footer should be the same on every page, so let's make that happen by basing this new parent off of footer. I'm gonna title it first. Let's go with T for our prefix, as I want to make this a title page. And then like I mentioned, we're basing it off of our footer page. So based on parent footer. And there it is. So you'll see the F in the top corners showing that we've got that footer parent page applied. So I guess you could say our footer is a grandparent now. One of those key things about parent pages is having the elements locked down in your design. Now this is the same for our body pages right now, and I didn't show you that yet, but you can see here that it's all locked down when I try and select this footer. It ain't budging. So locked down, keeping your things all consistent, which we love to see. Now with the footer taken care of, let's actually start this layout. It's a title page, so probably needs a title, right? So title, nice big font. And then next is my body text. Maybe there's a little intro text for the title pages, and why not? Let's make it 2 columns. And again, facing pages, so drag it over to the other side. Now with that sorted, let's apply this beauty to some pages. So one way to apply them is to simply drag and drop them. You'll see I'm dropping the left on the right here, but it will always remember the facing pages, even if you switch it up. And you can see the T in the top corner of this too. Dragging and dropping is all fine, but let's say you have a 200-page document. Dragging and dropping would be a little ridiculous unless you're someone who likes to cause yourself pain. But instead, you're probably gonna wanna tell it some specific page ranges, because that would be more helpful, right? All right. So let's right-click onto those parent pages. We're gonna go to Apply Parent to Pages. And easy peasy, let's set it to 2 and 4. Okie dokie. Now that's done, let me show you why we love nesting parent pages. Let's say that footer design just wasn't doing it for you. Click back into that footer and maybe your page number just had to be magenta. So let's go ahead and change that, magenta here, magenta there. Now when we click back to our title parent, you'll see it updated, and the same in our main design too. So that change happened everywhere. Again, we love consistency, right? So that's a title page example. What about some other layout designs? Maybe you want a nice image-focused page. So let's make a quick one. You know the drill, up to the burger menu. So set that based on parent to footer. This is my image page. So for the prefix, I'm gonna do I, and then again, customizing that really helps with your click glances. Let's make a couple of image boxes using the proper boxes with the X's on them. That's just gonna make it easier for later. Facing pages, so over to the other side again. And there we go, we got some boxes. Now let's get this layout in here and I'm gonna see what it looks like. So I'm dragging and dropping and voila, an image layout in your design. Building out these layout templates are really helpful for long form documents like we talked about, but don't limit yourself to just that. Sometimes even smaller projects will have repeating info or page layouts. You can get creative with how you're using parent pages, like maybe save a bunch of your favorite go-to layouts in a document, and then you can just pick and choose as you're designing. So with these both being parent pages, we know that everything is locked down and not gonna move when I try and click on them, which is great for the footers, but when you're trying to write a title, it's not so helpful. So you'll need to unlock them or override the parent page items. And how you do that is by holding Shift, Command, and clicking on a Mac, or Shift Control if you're on a PC. Clicking individually if you want to be specific, or you can actually click, hold, and drag a rectangle to get more than one element. Just be careful not to unlock your footer in the process though. So the other way you can do this is to right-click override all parent page items. But with that option, you are also overwriting and releasing your footer. So just be mindful of how you use that one. So you can see how this became a live text box now. So let's fill it with some text. All right, and then let's go ahead and update that title, put parent pages. Now let's go ahead and put some images in there, and there we go. We've got ourselves a little layout. And there you have it. Remember that mastering parent pages takes practice. So make sure to experiment and apply what you've learned. The more you work with InDesign's parent pages, the more efficient and consistent your document layouts will become. Again, I'm Gabby from Print Design Academy, and if you want to learn more about print or packaging design, head to printdesignacademy.com, link in the description below, or watch this video right here.